Camera. To the camera.
Sister, don't let a man take you for idiot, okay?
Right, Yo, my people, you are locked in to another episode of the Money Ties podcast with your boy Clarence K, also known as CK Talks Money. And today we are blessed with another amazing guest, PT, fitness instructor. That's right? Fitness instructor, right?
Yeah.
Do we use that?
Mm-hmm.
We have JustGeen here. Gene,
hello, hi.
Thanks for joining us. How you doing? You good?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all good. Just tell the people a bit about you. Tell them who you are, what you do.
Hi, my name is Gina. I'm a personal trainer, online coach. I do fitness content. I teach for Gymshark. And yeah, just anything fitness related is me.
Nice. How long have you been doing that for?
Oh, 10 years.
10 years, yeah. How you finding it?
It's interesting. Like,
Yeah?
I hit 10 years in January. And
Sick. Congrats, actually.
Thank you.
Damn. Yeah.
Time has flown.
Cool.
But it's also, I can say I felt the 10 years. Do you get what I mean?
Felt it?
I can say I felt the 10 years.
Yeah?
Because it's not been...
Hasn't been easy?
It's not.
Yeah?
If I sit here and I say it's been smooth, I'll be lying.
You'll be lying.
Yeah, so I can definitely say I felt the 10 years, but it has also gone by quite quickly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so it's been 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you always wanted to do, or is this kind of like a...
No.
Nah?
No.
Give us a bit of background. So,
Okay, so growing up here, I was quite overweight. I was never into fitness. I was the person who used to forge her mum's signature to say I can't do PE. Like that's me. And then my siblings, two older brothers, very athletic, played sports. Like I was the complete opposite to them.
Okay.
So the roles have reversed significantly though.
Yeah,
so
clearly.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like I'm a completely different person. But in terms of like work background, I was a paralegal at a criminal law firm.
Okay. Cool.
Then I worked for the financial ombudsman as an adjudicator.
Jeez, come on.
Was you there as well?
Well, I was.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So was I.
Boss people.
Boss.
Right, cool. Hey,
I was
literally boss people, you know.
I was at Boss for like 3 years.
Okay, sick. I was there from like 2018 to 2020, just before lockdown.
Oh, that's yesterday.
Literally the other day.
I'm talking 20. What year did I graduate? 2010. I was there like 2011 to 2014.
Okay, yeah, we didn't meet then.
No, I'm old school for like first year. Then after that, I was a probation officer.
Okay.
And then, from there I went into fitness. But I started doing fitness like in my FOS days, if that makes sense.
Okay, cool.
That's kind of when I like started.
But that was that more of a doing fitness for yourself?
Yeah, it was a hobby and I really enjoyed it. And I was like PTing here and there because funny enough, at FOS we had a work gym, innit? So I was actually PT people on my lunch break.
Yeah, downstairs.
Like lunch break, I'd PT people in the gym and stuff. Like,
okay.
Yeah, so it was hobby / side hustle. And then now here we are.
So when did that turn into
full-time
helping people train at FOS to JustGeen full-time?
I quit my 9 to 5 in 2017.
Okay.
To do it full time.
Got you.
And before doing that, it was a lot. It was a mental battle. I always knew it's what I wanted to do, like full time. Mm-hmm. But it's about having the courage to do it. Quitting a 9 to 5 is hard because obviously you have security. You've got consistent income. Mm-hmm. Going from that to like self-employment was very hard. And I guess let me be honest with you, I'm not business minded. I've winged everything, Charlie.
I appreciate the honesty.
I've winged it. Yeah. So I'm not a person who had like a business mindset. Yeah. I've not come from a business background. I've learned everything on the job. Okay. So leaving my 9 to 5, one thing I did do though was I made sure like financial security is one thing, innit? Yeah. And it was like, I loved when you're doing your side hustle and you're working a 9 to 5, you have multiple streams of income, so you don't really feel it. Nah, do you know what I mean? So like, but you have to change your mindset because when you leave that 9 to 5, you also lose that security. Yes. So I made sure I had a certain amount that I wanted to save before I quit. Got you. And then when I hit that goal, I then tried to find more reasons why I couldn't quit. Yeah. But I was thinking, Gina, you said it was the money.
Getting cold feet, like, maybe I need a bit more. You just
But then I started to like, not hate my job. Okay. But I just, when you just know what you're really passionate about. Yes. And I was just like, I'm not serving any one purpose by being here, to be honest with you, because I'm not even fulfilling my job to the standard that I should be. Yeah. But it's because my heart's somewhere else. Got you. So I just kind of felt the fear and did it aneway. Yeah.
And in that planning stage of I need X amount. Is that something that you just came up with yourself, or did someone kind of tell you, yo, don't be leaving your job?
Do you know what? I think it's a combination of both, yeah, because number one, I like money.
Yeah.
So, and I like being comfortable.
Don't we all?
No, literally, right? I like money and I like being comfortable, and I've always been very independent and self-sufficient.
Okay.
So I always knew that if I was going to quit, it had to make sense financially.
Yes.
And then it's so interesting because I was talking to my manager at the time at work, right? Because he was kind of getting into fitness as well, and he was seeing the stuff that I was doing, and he was just like, oh my gosh, like, you're very entrepreneurial. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like,
that's what people always say when you do your own thing.
I'm not, stop it. I'm really not. I'm literally like winging it. Yeah. But he was like, he was my like manager.
Yeah.
But he quit before me.
Okay.
So he used to have like a jiu-jitsu like school for kids.
Yeah.
And he was doing really well, and he started selling Herbalife. Do you know about Herbalife?
Herbalife, yeah.
Do you remember back in the day when it was a thing? So the pyramid scheme. So he was selling Herbalife and he was doing jiu-jitsu, and he started doing really well.
Okay.
And this is a grown man that's got mortgage, kids, everything, wife. And he was like, he said to me, I'm quitting. And if I can quit and I've got a wife, a mortgage, and kids, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he was just like, he just said to me, look, as long as you have at least 6 months worth, of income, you're good. If it don't work, go back to work.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, like, this is my own manager, you know, that I work with, and this is what he's telling me. So when I saw him leave, it kind of did give me like encouragement as well. And then, but he came back though.
Yeah.
He left.
So he actually ended up doing the comeback that he was talking about.
Yeah, because it didn't work out for him. But glory be to God. Yeah. I've not looked back since.
You're still there.
I'm still there. So yeah.
Sick. And you mentioned we all love money. So I'm going to ask you, scale of 1 to 10, how important is money to you?
It is. Do you know what? It's so interesting, yeah, because I love money, but I'm also not driven by money in the sense where I'm not the person who would I can't do something I don't enjoy for the money.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So I know some people like
do whatever.
That's not me. There has to be passion. There has to be enjoyment in it.
Got you.
Because it'll be very short-lived. But money is important to me though. Yeah. Cool. Because I'm sorry, people say money doesn't buy happiness, but you just don't know how to spend it properly, Sha.
Exactly.
Because it makes the world go around. And also, I feel like it's the root of all problems. With majority of things, if you look at the root cause of it,
more time.
It's lack of finances.
More time still.
So let me just get to the finances.
Have money.
Yeah, have in this life, Omo.
Still. Cool.
You need money, so yeah.
And like your principles or the way that let's just say the way that you view money, where did that come from? Is that like a upbringing thing? Is that like a long life you kind of just pick these things up? What was it? Do
you know what it is? I think I've been quite a very driven individual from young. So like, I had 2 jobs in college. And
so you've been.
I've been, yeah. And my friends used to always say to me like in college, you know, in college, how old are you, by the way? Am I even allowed to ask you? Oh, baby. Right,
I'm going to cut that out of the episode, man. I'm going to put a little sound on the
baby.
number.
But growing up here, like, obviously everyone in college, you've got EMA. So what more, not what more do you need, but as a 16-year-old, you're getting £30 a week, probably some people are getting pocket money. Parents, you know what I mean? Yeah, like it's not, you don't really need much. And it's not like this generation where drip and all these things are like, no one had iPhones, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing like that. So there's not much pressure financially, right? But I wanted a car.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to be the first. I'm very competitive, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I just used to set myself little goals. Like, I want to be the first girl in my year group to get a car.
To be driving.
To pass my test, to get all of that stuff, yeah. And what do you need for those things? Money. I wasn't from a rich family.
Yeah,
so, and one thing my mum taught me as well from young, is she was always like, my dear, don't let man take you for Egypt for money. Like I don't know what it was about my mum, but she just
planted
the seed from early.
Got you.
Like, you know, when you grow up and as a woman, like men can manipulate you with money, and a lot of girls fall into like bad relationships and like, do you know what I mean? It was just, I don't know whether, I don't even know if that was my mum, but I just remember that being a thing for me. So I just carried it, and I just kept thinking, nah, I can't let man take me for Egypt for money. I can't let man take me for Egypt for money. So I need to work hard. So I can get all these things myself and not have to rely on a man or do you know what I mean? So literally from 16, as soon as I got my NI number, I got a job. And
2 jobs, you said?
I got a job first, and then I got another job. So my first job was working in the cinema.
Okay, cool.
For £3 an hour. Can you imagine?
£3?
And I was a really good worker. I just saw it as I'm getting money in it. Like, and people used to laugh. Like, you're really... Even my mum used to be like, Akuya, like, I get it, but this one that you're leaving the house for is £3 an hour. But I worked in the cinema.
Earning,
yeah, literally. And then I got another job in Primark, because I was doing both of them whilst going to college. And literally my friends used to be like, why are you acting like a mum who's got like 3 kids? Why do you have 2 jobs?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, because...
You were just focused on
I just wanted to pass my test and get a car.
Get it.
So, yeah.
Sick. And in those times, would you say that... I would imagine you're the kind of person that has an appreciation for money, because you've been grafting.
Yeah.
I can tell that you're saying you had 2 jobs from early. Would you say there's anything that you learned at home in your financial journey that you kind of carried into your adult life? Let's say from when we were in secondary.
Saving.
Okay.
So my mum, I'm a saver. So I should be an investor though. There's a difference between saving and investing. So I wasn't really taught about investing. But in terms of saving money for a rainy day, not spending all your money like as soon as you get it, stuff like that. Like my mum drummed that into my head from young. Like always save money, because you don't know whenever anything.
Tell the camera how she said it. You can change language if you want, you know.
I'm so done. No, because my dad like spoilt me a bit as well. Okay. So she used to always be like, yeah, when your dad's giving you all this money, he's not always gonna have it forever, you know. So
what are you doing with it?
Sometimes just put money to the side.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't listen to her.
Who did?
Obviously, you're a kid, innit? So I didn't listen to her. But as I got older and like I started to see it for myself, I thought, oh, okay, she weren't lying. You right, ma.
Kind of clocked on.
Yeah. So.
When was that point that you realised, wow, this woman was right, you know? Do you remember a specific time?
No, but I just know that I've always had money for a rainy day.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. And in terms of your, let's say, you go to university. And, okay, so let's say when you went to uni, did you live out of home?
Yeah, so I went Manchester Uni.
Manchester Uni. Cool. And in terms of this saving, did the spending continue, or at that point were you still...
No, do you know what? I had a nice balance because I worked throughout uni.
Okay, cool.
So I had obviously I got student loan.
Yeah.
I got grants and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I had a job.
Okay.
So I managed to make it work. And I remember in my final year, I saved my student loan. Yeah.
Okay.
I made like on the last payment, I said, I ain't gonna see this money again. I literally just
hold it. Yeah.
I held it and I thought, you're gonna live off your work money. You're gonna make it work.
Because the thing is that you're doing all these right things, in my opinion, and you're trying to earn, but where do you think that came from? Is it just this same, don't let a man take you for...
Take you for idiot.
No, to the camera. To the camera.
Sister, don't let a man take you for idiot, okay?
Right,
no.
You're Ghanaian, right?
Yeah, I'm Ghanaian.
Tree. Do you have a tree translation for the people then? How do you say it?
Okay. Oh, it's weird because the way I say it, I say it for myself, and I have to think,
Let them speak it into themselves.
All right, Emma for. Oh, hold on, this is pressure. I'm about to. I'm packed. Oh my god, hold on. Oh no, this is putting me under pressure because I say it all the time.
I know you're going to be saying it on the way home as well.
Oh, I can't. This is so embarrassing because I say it all the time. I can't do it there. I'm sorry.
At any point in this episode, it comes up.
Yeah, I'll say, but it's because he's put me under pressure. Now my tree's just gone out the window.
It's cool. I guess another thing I'll say is there anything that you know now, let's say as a adult, that you maybe wish you knew a bit sooner about finances? Anything that you wish you had done?
Investing.
Okay.
I've got one thing, and it's me and my friend talk about it all the time, and it's the biggest regret we have. Yeah. So her mum had a lot of properties.
Okay.
And when we was like 24, 25, she spoke to me and my friend, and she was just like, I've got a property that I want to remortgage.
Okay.
But I want to put it, why don't you lot give me, she asked us to, and the thing is, what she asked us to give her, is not a lot of money. But you know when you're in your early 20s, you just, and the thing is, the money was in my account. That's why I'm annoyed I didn't do it, I think it was something like $3 to $5 grand.
Okay, cool.
And she was like, both of us bring the money together, she'll remortgage the house and put it in our names, and we'll basically finish paying off the mortgage. We didn't do it. We did not do it. As in, to this day, me and my best friend talk about it all the time. Like,
people turning down free houses in this London.
We said no.
But what was your reason for saying no, though? Was it just like a lack of knowledge?
It was lack of knowledge. Because I'm gonna be honest. I was probably about 23, 24 years old. I had no idea about anything. And where I've got savings, I'm not seeing it as investment. And to be fair, she didn't break it down to us for us to have like a basic level of understanding.
She just said, bring the money.
She just kept kind of saying, oh,
I hear it.
just bring the money. And you know what I mean? And me and my friend were like, nah, man. Like, we want to buy shoes. Or like, we're young and we're just like, we finally got like postgraduate jobs and we're earning salaries and stuff like that. So it's like, we're not thinking... We're not doing any forward thinking whatsoever. And it's probably the biggest regret I have to this day. Damn. Like, it pains me.
What area was the house in?
It wasn't in London. I don't think it was in London. No, it wasn't.
Okay, cool.
It was like an investment property for her. Property. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. So then, there's people turning down free property.
Honestly, it's the biggest regret I have. Yeah. Like, oh, wow.
So you wish you kind of invested.
I just wish that someone sat me down. Do you know what? There's that, and there's also my older brothers as well, because they're quite into like properties and stuff, and they're quite... Do you know what it is? I'm hard-headed, I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I am a bit hard-headed.
So when did you start learning then? These financial things that you...
Like when life just made me learn.
Slapped you.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I can't sit here and say that I don't have people around me that were willing to give me wisdom.
Okay.
But when you're young, it's like you don't really... I'm very like... In terms of my character, I'm very much like, I don't want to do something because someone else is telling me to do it. Like, I don't want to make a decision based on somebody else. Do you get what I mean? I've always been like that from a child. So if I don't feel it...
Do your own thing.
Yeah, if I don't feel it in my spirit, then I'm just not really on it. So every time people came to me with stuff, I didn't feel it. And I just thought, what do you know? But they generally knew better, but I was just a bit too known at the time.
So what would you advise someone that's maybe in uni or about to graduate from uni, getting a student loan? Would you advise them to maybe stack all the money?
Yeah, I'd say if you can invest it. Yeah. Because stacking is great, and the thing is, I don't know much about investing, but I know that investing your money is better than saving your money. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So I'd say, seek financial advice from an advisor and get a better understanding of how to invest your money. And if you can, and it seems worth it, then it's better than spending on nonsense, in my opinion.
Rubbish, yeah. Cool. So let's jump into the PT bit of things now. For 10 years deep, 10 years of JustGeen. I don't know if this will be out by the time you're celebrating that soon. Right?
Next week.
Is it sold out?
It's okay. So the way it's working is, it's like a friends and family thing, but I'm also allowing like people that like have been following me on my journey to like come along. Okay. So there's a certain allocation. Do you get what I mean? So it's not general public because.
It's not a Shaka concert.
No, it's not. No, do you know why? Because for me, there's so many people that have been so pivotal to my 10 years. Like friends, family, people I've met along the way that I want to celebrate with and everyone coming there has played an integral role in like the journey.
Your journey.
Yeah.
Cool. And by the time this comes out, it might have happened already. So it was lit, by the way, guys. It was sick. It was amazing. Just in case. Just in case.
Fair enough.
But cool. And as a PT, so let's talk about, you talked about saving a certain amount of money before leaving your job and going full time. Now, as a PT, when you're earning, how do you plan financially?
I think, it's very hard because no month is the same.
Yeah.
And it's also based on your clientele. And there's different seasons. I think you have to understand the seasons. And that's what it took me to understand. So for example, like with most fitness people, they'll tell you from like November, I'd say your quietest month is January, without a doubt. As much as...
Quietest?
Yes. Okay. And I'll explain. Cool. Because yes, January is the new year, new me season. But everyone's broke.
Yeah.
Most people got paid like early December. Right?
Still trying to... Yeah.
And their next pay, like I feel like in December, your next pay after December is not for another like 6 weeks sometimes or 4 weeks based on like, you know how they pay you earlier. Exactly, right? So, and January already has 5 weeks.
That's very true still.
January has 5 weeks. So then if you got paid a week earlier, that's 6 until your next payday. So January is dry January. You're not going to get any money. December, there's Christmas parties, there's Christmas events, there's all of these things. So again, there's lack of consistency.
That's so true.
Exactly. So you kind of have to, like what I learned is those 2 months are always going to come every year. Yeah. So you need to find another way to generate income in a different way. So whether that's providing like lower priced items, maybe things that like, you know, like mass production, like maybe you might create a guide online that you sell for dirt cheap, but a lot of people will buy.
Like
so you just
resource that
so you find other ways to generate income that is affordable, but you just look at a bigger reach.
Got you.
So just doing stuff like that is what I learned with PTing, because you're gonna have seasons, like, and if you don't plan for these seasons, it will hit you really hard.
Got you. And from a point of view of someone who's been, so you've been self-employed for 10 years now? No, because
remember,
you left in 2017.
So I've been self-employed for 6 years.
6 years. So since you've been self-employed, in those times where you thought, damn, I don't know what money I'm gonna make this month. What's gonna happen? How do you deal with that?
Savings.
Just jump.
I've always been so like I said, I've always known that you're gonna have a rainy day. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, luckily for me, because obviously I do, like, fitness is the main thing, but during that period I also was doing meal prep. So I used to have a meal prep service.
Cool.
And that generated me a lot more income than fitness did.
Oh, calm.
Yeah. Cool. So, and food is something that people are always going to need. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So even if PTing weren't great, the meal prep kept me afloat.
Quick, like watch it and egg in a get me.
No.
I'm joking.
You're so annoying. No. So yeah, so like I was always like, it was never really, really bad. Got you. If that makes sense.
So you always had a means to allow money to come in. It's not just training people.
No. It was meal prep. Yeah, so like, you just have to get really creative when you're self-employed, man, because multiple streams of income is the thing, because you're not always going to have everything ticking at the same time. No. So at least if one thing's overflowing and the other thing's dry, you can work. Do you know what I mean? It just gives you, it takes the edge off a bit.
Yeah, of course. And do you have like anything that's sort of like a fixed mentality you have when money comes? So you earn money tomorrow morning. What's your process? How are you?
Do you know what? I'm readjusting my process because I feel like I'm a bit too harsh.
Okay, cool. Got you.
So,
as you're not treating yourself, or like
it's weird. It's like I would save, like, you know, when you save a bit too much and then it's not realistic because you're not really you're struggling because now you're dipping into your savings. But it's like it's because you're not being realistic.
Got you.
Do you get what I mean?
The numbers, yeah.
So I always believe in at least saving half. Like if you can save half, that's a good start. But for me, if I can save more, generally speaking, I try to save more than half.
More than half. Yeah.
But I'm realizing that it's not as realistic as I would want, and because also I like enjoyment. Let me be honest with myself. I'm not on this earth to just watch my money.
Yeah, no.
Like life is also for enjoyment. I work hard in it, so for me, I feel like I work hard so I can also enjoy.
Nice.
So it's about finding that balance.
No, I like that. And let's talk about this gym. Is it a Gymshark collab?
Yeah.
Or do you work with them?
So it's a weird one because I guess it's a collab, but it's all not. I don't know, like, because I'm not a Gymshark athlete.
Okay.
Right. Cool. So most people go down the athlete route.
Okay.
I'm not an athlete, and I'm happy that I'm not an athlete.
You're happy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because the position.
Are you allowed to say why? I don't want to.
No, I can't I can't give you that much game, man.
When the camera's off.
But you know what it is? I'm just in such a sick, like my position, my leverage is.
You're happy where you are. You're where you are. Sick.
And I know that I wouldn't have this power if I was an athlete, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does that power bring any free garms, free Gymshark?
Oh, but you get that. You get all that. You get that stuff anyway.
Alright, cool.
Like whether you're an athlete or not, like.
So me too, I can get it.
Oh, that one we'll have to talk off air.
I hear you. Nah, sick, man. Sick. Nah, I appreciate you sharing that. And let's talk a bit about let's say social presence as a fitness figure, public figure, fitness influencer. One thing I find a lot is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel as if sometimes people are a lot harsh on you guys with the results that you show.
Yeah.
With the not just results of yourself, but results of your clients.
Yeah.
Like that. And let's just talk a bit about how you deal with having a social presence that people are clearly watching. How do you deal with the backlash from things like that?
I think you need to I've got quite tough thick skin anyway since I was young, so you have to have thick skin to be in the public eye. Yeah. Like that goes without saying. Yeah, like that's the first thing, because everyone's gonna have an opinion, regardless of whether you don't even think you're doing anything wrong. You can create the most harmless content. Like I created, there's something that I posted the other day, right? And even people like. You know when the content's not offensive, but people are finding offense. And I'm just like, do you know what? it's literally no skin off my nose
Yeah,
because
for real.
I can't please everyone. Not everyone's gonna like me. Not everyone's gonna like my
That's
opinion.
facts.
Not everyone's gonna agree with me. And
Yeah.
if I start taking all of that stuff in,
Yeah.
it's gonna prevent me from being who I am.
Got
So you have to kind of block out the noise. And obviously, sometimes, like, I'm open to constructive criticism.
Yeah, bro.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm open to that. And I'm not a person who is afraid of, like, taking accountability and stuff.
Yeah.
So if I'm wrong, I can admit that I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? And put my hands
Got
up.
you.
But 9 times out of 10, I just realised that social media has given loads of people a voice that don't actually have a voice in real life. And if I was to catch you on road, this is not the... You're not going to meet me with that energy.
I'm going to have to wheel up that part and play it again.
No, because honestly, with a lot of people, I say that, like, if I catch you on road, you're not going to come at me with that energy.
It's not like that.
And with me, my energy is the same regardless of where I am. So,
but theirs isn't. that's
so that's why I don't even bother, because I can't. I say this all the time. I can't argue and fight with my phone. Because that's what I'll be doing. I'll be fighting and typing really aggressively on a phone, and
no reason.
It's pointless.
Over someone who you probably will
never ever meet.
Don't
Exactly.
know them.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah.
But then I've heard that 9 times out of 10, your trolls are people that you know.
You know, it's so funny you say that, because I've got 2 fake pages made of me this week.
Really?
And the people that made the fake pages, I hope you're watching, so I'm looking at you lot. And someone said to me,
it's people you know, probably.
People you know.
Facts.
I was like, but who? Like,
do you know what?
Who has time?
Do you know what? I agree. Because someone made a valid point, and I was like, when people like write horrible stuff, like there's people who will write stuff on my page, and not agree with me and stuff like that, but their profiles are not fake. So they're saying it with chest.
Yeah.
And because this is what they stand by, and this is what they believe in, this is who they are, right? And I respect that.
Yeah.
Because you're not even hiding.
You're not hiding,
Because you don't need to hide.
100.
But if you're not saying it with chest, why are you not saying it with chest?
Yeah.
Is it because I know who you are?
Yeah, it's true.
And because you can't really voice what you want.
What you really want to say. Yeah, and I hear it.
That is true. They always say that though, your biggest haters and stuff like are within your network.
That's
so I wouldn't be surprised. It is very, very, very scary.
Scary stuff.
Very.
And we spoke about that, but how like the mental health aspect of that? How do you keep yourself level? You said your energy is the same regardless. So how do you keep your mind level?
Oh, that one takes a lot. That one, I'll never sit here and act like my mental's always there. It's not. It takes a lot of work, innit?
Yeah, and it'll get worse. The bigger you get,
I know.
People will keep hammering you like.
Yeah.
You know
do you know what though? I think I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life though, so I'm quite thick-skinned. Do you know what I mean? Like I've gone through worse stuff. So for me, what you're saying online is I've slayed bigger giants, man.
Yeah,
so
no, for real.
Generally speaking, I think life itself is what I not struggle with mentally, but where like my mental battles will be, as opposed to social media.
Got you.
So I haven't even got the capacity to deal with you because you're not even real. Let me deal with the giant in front of me.
You're actually not here.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, one of them ones.
But I will say though, it takes a lot of work to like stay mentally grounded and stuff.
Yeah.
And to keep yourself going, because it also does get very tiring.
Yeah.
And being like a public figure, it's like this is what I was saying. I was like, I always have to be somebody to someone.
Yeah.
So whether I'm a PT, I'm an online coach, I'm a content creator, I have to make someone laugh, or do you know what I mean? Like you always have to be somebody to somebody else, but don't forget to be that person for you as well. Whoever you need to be for yourself, don't forget to be that.
No, for real. No, I like that, man. And would you say there's any link between good health and money?
Yeah.
How so?
Health is wealth.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. I will never lie to you. Like,
I'm glad you said that.
To look up. No, because the thing is, I've been in this game for long. And I do believe, and when I first started as well, I did used to think like the way fitness was portrayed and like packaged, it wasn't accessible to a lot of people. It wasn't accessible to the working class, like to the degree that you want. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's very expensive. Healthy eating's expensive. But there's ways around it. Do you understand what I mean? So it's about being useful with your resources.
Got you.
But I will never sit here and say that it's not, because even for me, it's like, for me to get like, I'm at that stage now where I train so often that I need to invest a lot of money in my recovery. And my recovery is a lot more than the actual training. So massages, you need them weekly. That's not cheap. Going for like like spas, saunas, all those things that kind of help with your recovery, like
to help you.
Infrared saunas, ice baths, like all of that stuff that's meant to help your muscles recover and stuff like that. All of that is expensive.
Costs money.
It costs a lot of money. And if you are as active as I am, those things need to be factored into your routine. And it costs a lot of money. And it's not accessible to everybody.
That's really honest.
Yeah,
So what do you say to the people that choose alternative options than training and working on their body the natural way?
People that get surgery?
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
People that get surgery versus people who
Do you know what it is? Each to their own.
Yeah. What would you advise someone that
I feel like if you have exhausted all your options through exercise and diet, and you know yourself you've exhausted your options because you have tried
everything,
right?
Yeah.
And you're just not, and I'm saying you have structure, you've got routine, you have a general understanding of this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're seasoned, you know what's going on. You've given it time. I'm not talking 6 months. I'm not even talking a year. Like, you've given it time to allow your body to adjust. Because, let me be honest, it's trial and error. My physique when I first started to my physique now, it's not the same. I've gone through so many different stages in my physique and it's all been through trial and error.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm quite seasoned now, so I know what works and I know what doesn't work and I understand my body and I know how to manipulate and blah, 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 blah. But that's all through trial and error. But I enjoyed that though. I enjoyed the process. And learning and understanding because then it also allows me to help other people.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is a mindset thing. What I've seen happen a lot of the time is I've seen people go and get surgery because I've had clients who've gone and had surgery.
Got you.
Not
as in your previous clients?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I've had people go and get surgery, not adapt their mindset, change their diet, change their routine, because obviously they never understood the concept in the first place.
Yeah.
And gone and had surgery and continued life as it was and then ended up in my gym.
Again?
Yeah.
Damn.
So for me, you do you know what I mean? And it's just like...
So you wasted money...
Because you didn't change here.
Yeah.
And this is the most important part of the whole process. If you don't change your mindset and your habits,
you're done for.
Nothing's going to change. You can go and get as much surgery as you want, but you're going to keep going back on that table because the fundamentals are not changing.
Got you.
So I feel like I'm not against surgery, but I just feel like people need to have a basic understanding of what it takes because even after surgery, you're going to have to be in the gym. You're going to have to eat healthy. You're going to end up in the same place that you didn't want to be in the first place.
For real.
Do you understand what I mean?
Facts,
and it might not be to the same degree because it might not be as intense. You might not have to work as hard. But alas, we are here.
Yeah, regardless.
So, I think that is very important. Cool. And I feel like also just be honest with yourself as to why you're getting surgery because a lot of people aren't honest. And no one wants to be honest about it being for aesthetic reasons and social media and the opposite sex or the same sex. Regardless, it's for approval by an outside being.
Yeah, to impress somebody.
Exactly. And after a while, like, I've heard a lot of women, like, obviously I feel like now a lot more women are being more honest and vocal about surgery and how they regret getting it. And obviously once you start getting surgery, it becomes like a black hole because you now want to change everything about yourself and stuff like that. So... I just think, just be really honest with why you want to get it. But each to their own, innit? I feel like I get told, I understand that I talk from a place of privilege because I have a decent physique. So I can't talk on behalf of somebody who isn't genetically built like me or who no matter what they do is not going to have my physique because genetically it's just not how your body's... Do you know what I mean? And I understand that. That's why I'll never sit here and cuss people for getting surgery because I'm talking from a place of privilege. How do I know that if I wasn't in my position... that I wouldn't be that same person. Do you understand what I mean? And that's just me being honest.
Yeah, it's true stuff.
Yeah, so...
No, that's nice, man.
And
so those are tips for people looking to get their body right.
Yeah, like if...
tips for... No, sorry, Karen, go ahead.
If you want to go and get your body done and it's what you generally want to do and you're not young, I'm like, when I see people in their early 20s get surgery, I just shake my head because I'm like, babe, you've not even gone through puberty. Like, your body will change. Like, your body's going to change. Like, I didn't have hips. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, your physique literally will change. It will transition. So allow yourself to grow into your womanhood.
Got you.
And if at that point you're like, no, you know what? This just isn't whatever. Then by all means do your thing. But I just think don't rush the process, man.
Don't rush the process.
Yeah.
And what main tip would you give to someone who is 19, 20 years old, aspiring to be a PT? They're one of your followers.
Yeah.
They want to start out. What would you say to them?
It sounds really cliche because it's like the same thing that everybody says, but you have to be consistent. You have to.
Okay. Cool.
Keep your head down, be consistent, focus on the goal at hand, stop looking at everybody else, don't watch what anybody else is doing, focus on your journey. What's meant to be for you will be for you, and timing is everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been in this game for 10 years, and I'd say 2020, so the last 3 years is when my career has taken its, like, the 7 years of sowing my seed I'm reaping, and that took 7 years to happen.
Respect it.
So, and that's because I kept my head down. I could have quit and walked away and looked at everybody else and been like, oh, why is this not working for me, or blah 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 blah. And I've had those moments. I'll never sit here and say that I haven't wanted to quit, I haven't felt like giving up, I haven't thought about going back to work, because I have. But I knew that what was meant to be for me would be for me regardless, and I just kept my head down, and it's allowed me to get here. So it's just about focus and drive.
Sick. No, I like that, man. And I know earlier you said that you're doing what you do out of passion, but think about what you made last year, whatever that number is. Times it by 3. Could you do something that you don't like, or something that you can't stand for that amount of money? You couldn't do it? No? Okay, why not?
I'm a person who's fueled by passion.
Okay.
Like, passion is drive. Passion is motivation. Passion is ambition.
Yeah.
Passion wakes me up in the morning. Do you understand what I mean? And the enjoyment of it. You're not always going to be motivated. And I'm not always motivated, but I'm big on consistency and all those other things, right? And the goal at hand. So I could temporarily, but I guarantee you I'm going to hit a wall and want to slip my wrists and be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, got you.
Because I know my character.
Yeah, it's not you.
And once I switch off, I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah.
No, cool.
I wouldn't even be a great person to have in that working environment. Trust me. Yeah. You just be like, get her out of here. She's bad vibes. She's literally bad vibes. Yeah.
Cool. No, I appreciate having you on, Gina, man, for real.
Thank you.
Listen, is there anything else you want people to watch out for? Anything that's coming up, or anything that they should wait for or be excited for? Tell us. Little secret. I want to hear one that no one's heard on your story.
No, do you know what? I'm not big on secrets because I don't trust human beings, man.
Wow.
No, because human beings are very like, not everyone wants well for you.
No, facts.
Exactly.
Facts,
so like,
facts,
I'm very big on like keeping things close to my chest until they manifest.
For real.
So there's obviously really big things that I want to accomplish. Like, I've got my vision board and stuff like that. But I'm not going to speak about them prematurely because...
Nice. So stuff's coming, yeah?
I don't trust you lot.
Don't trust you lot, you know?
But God's willing, I do get to like bring those things into fruition. And you lot will hear about it anyway. Like, I'm hard to ignore.
Hey, there you go. In our faces, you know. That's what she's saying. She's in our faces.
Stay tuned.
So, yeah?
Stay tuned.
Sick. It's been so great having you on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you, as always. My people, you've been locked into another episode of the Money Ties podcast. Your boy, Clarence K, also known as CK Talks Money, and my sis here, JustGeen, Gina. All the links will be at the bottom. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.
Bye.